Today we're going to read The Tawny, Scrawny Lion by Katherine Jackson. Once there was a tawny, scrawny, hungry lion who never could get enough to eat. He chased monkeys on Mondays, kangaroos on Tuesdays, zebras on Wednesdays, bears on Thursdays, camels on Fridays, and on Saturdays, elephants. And since he caught everything he ran after, that lion should have been as fat as butter. But he wasn't at all. The more he ate, the scrawnier and hungrier he grew. The other animals did not feel one bit safe. They need to hide. They stood at a distance and tried to talk things over with the tawny, scrawny lion.
It's all your fault for running away, he grumbled. If I didn't have to run for every single bite I get, I'd be fat as butter and sleek as satin. Then I wouldn't have to eat so much. And you'd last longer.
Just then, a fat little rabbit came hopping along through the forest. Picking berries. All the big animals looked at him and grinned slyly.
Rabbit, rabbit, they said. Oh, you lucky rabbit.
We appoint you to talk things over with the lion. I can't see you. Hello. That made the little rabbit feel very proud. What shall we talk about? He asked eagerly.
Any old thing,
said the big animals. The important thing is that you get right up close. So the fat little rabbit hopped right up to the big, hungry lion.
This is so.
You look much too scrawny to talk things over, she said. How about some supper at my house first?
What's for supper?
Asked the lion. The little rabbit said, carrot stew.
Carrots.
That sounded awful to the lion. But the little rabbit said, yes, sir. My 5 fat sisters and my 4 fat brothers are making a delicious big carrot stew right now.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Cried the lion. And he went hopping away with the little rabbit. Ooh, he's got a hop. Big hop. Thinking of 10 fat rabbits and looking just as jolly as you please. Well, for all the animals, that would take care of the tawny, scrawny lion.
I never had carrot stew.
It's delicious. Before long, the lion began to wonder if they would ever get to Rabbit's house. First, the fat little rabbit kept stopping to pick berries and mushrooms and all sorts of good-smelling herbs. And when the basket was full, what did he do but flop down by the riverbank?
Wait a bit,
He said, I want to catch a few fish for the stew. It was almost too much for the hungry lion. For a moment, he thought he would have to eat that one little rabbit then and there. But he kept saying,
5 fat sisters and 4 fat brothers,
over and over to himself. And at last, the two were on their way again. Here we are, said the rabbit, hopping around a turn with the lion close behind him. Sure enough, there was the rabbit's house with a big pot of what?
Rabbit stew.
Carrot stew. Bubbling over an open fire. Yum. And sure enough, there were 9 more fat little what? Bunnies. Rabbits hopping around it. Oh, they have to hop around the pot. They have to hop around the pot. Around the pot. Hop around the pot. There we go. When they saw the fish, they popped them into the stew along with the mushrooms and the herbs, and the stew began to smell very, very good indeed. And when they saw the tawny, scrawny lion, they gave him a big bowl of hot stew. And then they hopped about so busily that really it would have been quite a job for that tired, hungry lion to catch even one of them. So he gobbled up his stew, but the rabbits filled his bowl again. And when he had eaten all he could hold, they heaped his bowl with berries. And when the berries were gone, the tawny, scrawny lion wasn't scrawny anymore. Look at his belly. He felt so good and fat and comfortable that he couldn't even move.
Here's a fine thing, he said to himself. All these fat little rabbits, and I haven't room inside for even one.
He looked at all of those fine fat little rabbits and wished he'd get hungry again.
You mind if I stay a while?
Where's the lion?
Can he stay? Can he stay?
We wouldn't even hear of you going, said the rabbits. Then they plopped themselves down in the lion's lap and began singing songs. Rabbit stew, I'm gonna eat me some.
Rabbit stew.
Yeah, do you think he wants rabbit stew? Do you think he wants rabbit stew? Let's see.
I'm gonna.
And somehow, even when it was time to say goodbye, that lion wasn't one bit hungry. Home he went through the soft moonlight, singing to himself,
Carrot stew, I'm gonna eat me some carrot.
He curled up in his bed, patted his sleek,
Fat tummy,
and smiled. When he woke up in the morning, it was Monday.
time to chase monkeys,
Said the lion. But he wasn't one bit hungry for monkeys. What he wanted was some more of that tasty
Rabbit stew.
Carrot
stew.
Carrot stew. So off he went to visit the rabbits. On Tuesday, he didn't want kangaroo. On Wednesday, he didn't want zebras. On Thursday, he wasn't hungry for bears or camels. On Friday, or elephants on Saturday. All the big animals were so surprised and happy, they dressed in their best and went to see the fat little rabbit. Rabbit, they said. Oh, you wonderful rabbit. Oops, I can see. What in the world did you talk to the tawny, scrawny, hungry, terrible lion about? One fat little rabbit jumped in the air and said, oh my goodness, we had such a good time with that nice jolly lion that I guess we forgot to even talk about anything at all. And before the big animals could say one word, the tawny, scrawny lion came skipping up the path. He had a basket of berries for the fat little rabbit sisters, and a string of fish for the fat little rabbit brothers, and a big bunch of daisies for the fat little rabbit himself.
I came for supper!
He said, shaking his paws all around. He sat down in the soft grass, looking fat as butter, sleek as satin, and jolly as all get out. All ready for another good big supper of what, guys?
Carrot
Carrot stew, carrot stew. I'm gonna eat me some.
stew.